Hi, this is Missy Amburgey, and this is Lawrence Kohlberg's theory of moral reasoning for the 510 college student. What is moral development? It is the changes in thoughts, feelings, and behaviors regarding standards of right and wrong. Kohlberg used Jean Piaget's cognitive stages of development as a foundation to his theory, but proposed there are 6 stages divided between 3 levels of moral development. Kohlberg believed a person progressed through stages as the morality became more internal or mature. For his study and research, he studied children, adolescents, and adults, and they were given multiple moral dilemmas, such the one as the Heinz man who needed a drug for his wife, and we actually even did that one not too long ago ourselves and read over that. The more important factors Kohlberg was interested in was the reasoning of individuals and if children reasoned as adults did. But he was not interested as much in the final answer. It was more about the way they got there, the reasoning. Level 1 is pretty conventional moral reasoning. Now each level has 2 stages, but it's more about the levels that they go through. It is similar to the pre-operational thought, the egocentric of Piaget's cognitive theory. This is a self-centered level where people, all children, many adolescents, and some adults, get rewards and avoid punishments. It is the lowest level of moral reasoning. Judgment is based solely on a person's own needs and perceptions. Stage 1 of level 1 is labeled as might makes right and punishment obedience orientation, and this is more about doing what you want without getting caught, and all the while seeming that you respect authority. You obey rules to avoid a punishment. It's a heteronomous morality where there's moral thinking is tied to punishment. Stage 2 of level 1 is look out for number 1. Individualism, purpose, and exchange. Take care of your own needs. You're nice to others, so they will be nice to you. You pursue own interest and allow others to do the same, and your personal needs determine right and wrong. This is more like, if you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Level 2 of conventional moral reasoning is similar to the concrete operational thought. It relates to current observable practices. Now, this is the concrete operational thought of Piaget. It is more community-centered, and this is where most adolescents and most adults are. They apply standards set by others, and their judgment is on others' approval, family expectations, traditional values, laws of society, loyalty to country. Stage 3 of level 2, good boy, nice girl orientation, mutual interpersonal expectations, relationships, and interpersonal conformity. They value trust, caring, and loyalty to others. Children and adolescents often adopt moral standards of parents. Most people in this level, in this stage, are aimed to please. They seek social approval for more important and thinking that it is more important than reward. Stage 4 of level 2 is law and order or social system morality. They understand social order, law, justice, and duty. And laws are absolute. They respect authority. They maintain social order. They obey societal laws even when authority is absent. So even when a policeman's not around, you still drive the speed limit. Level 3 is called post-conventional moral reasoning. This is similar to the formal operational thought of Piaget's cognitive theory. It uses logic and abstractions. It goes beyond concrete observations in a particular society. It is centered on ideals. Minority of adults are here. This is the rarest level of the three. Most people, they say, or it is said, that do not reach this level, and moral principles are emphasized. Stage 5, social contract orientation, and also called utility and individual rights. They values, rights, and principles transcend the law. They're above. So that means that if sometimes, as you can see on the bottom, if you disobey the law, in some instances it can be moral if one party does not live up to the agreement. So therefore, values, rights, and principles can be above the law. People in this stage preserve and protect human rights and values through an evaluation of validity of actual laws. And this is morally similar to the U.S. Constitution. Stage 6, universal ethical principle orientation. Now this is the stage that very few people have reached. In our studies, it even said something about Martin Luther King, the Pope, Mother Teresa, people like that. Good and right equal individual conscience. Abstract concepts of justice, human dignity, and equality. And life is sacred. Follow your conscience even with risk. So even when that little voice in your head is telling you to follow, you need to do. That's the kind of reasoning we're talking about here, even though you know that there's a risk involved. There's strengths and weaknesses of Kohlberg's theory. It is like a hierarchy. Each stage advances in reasoning. It supports Piaget's cognitive theory. It kind of goes along with it. And then there's also The Stages of Faith by James Fowler, which is built on the works of Piaget and Kohlberg. Now, there are several weaknesses that were stated because, of course, there are different theorists that found problems in it. Stages do not seem to be separate, sequenced, and consistent. Carol Gilligan challenged Kohlberg's findings. It was a study on all males, and it was more about that men were more for justice and women are for care. So character and virtue are overlooked is one of the weaknesses also. Diversity in reasoning. Different cultures are more traditional. Say that like a different culture where they wear headgear or over their head. Some cultures may seem to think that this is out of order or not reasonable. Other cultures, it is like their higher level of moral reasoning. There's a greater emphasis on customs and rituals that change slowly over time. Cultures may become moralized. Modern cultures, traditions, and customs change more rapidly. In cultures that are more family-centered or group-oriented, the highest moral value might involve putting the opinions of the group before decisions based on individual conscience. I was thinking potential application to practice in student development could be, moral reasoning could be changed through peer interaction, which is critical for social stimulation. And students can also learn different perspectives by interacting with others and as their moral reasoning matures. These are my references. There are several other things to read online that were interesting that I read over, but these are the four that I felt really describe more of Kohlberg's theory. Thank you.